here we go. It fits on the coupling better and it'll glue nicely. So I'll go ahead and glue it to right about here, the base of where the coupling and the Jolt body meet, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Okay, you can see I've glued the pen right there and it's drying. So let's go ahead and hold off on trimming it down or anything. And the first thing we're going to do before we do that is to shave down the trigger here. Hopefully you can see that a little better. So we're going to shave it down from like right here onward, below this little part where the trigger return plastic spring thing is. We're just going to trim right underneath that. And so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, as you guys can see, it's not, I didn't quite get below that little plastic circle, the little hole there, but I'm around at that point, and that's fine. So for reference, here's about where you can cut your trigger. So yeah, it looks good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start the cutting process of the pen tube. Okay, so sorry I had a little bit of trouble assembling it, but I got it all working, so you can see, you can see right in here where this, okay, you can see I have it all assembled. There's the spring behind the trigger, and I sanded the handle a bit so it was a bit smoother, and there's nothing, no edges to catch your hands on, but anyway, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to unscrew the base plate from the plunger, and I'll grab a screwdriver and do that. Okay, you can see there's a plastic washer at the top. Don't lose that. So yeah, try and keep your plunger head like this. The plastic washer, the orange part, does come off, so don't lose it. And then the spring is here. And then here's the plunger, or the back support piece. I'm not really sure what to call it. So I'm going to go ahead and shave off this part right here to make it flat, and shave off this part right here to make it flat, and that makes it a lot smaller. So I'll do that real fast, and then I'll cut to the next segment and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, you can see how I shaved it down flat. It's not super clean, but that's fine. I can always clean it up with sandpaper. Okay, the final step is, I'm not going to shorten the plunger rod in this video because I think it's too much of a hassle, but I do think it's a good idea to cut off these parts and replace the handle with the strap. So I'm going to cut off these parts and show you what it looks like. Okay, you can see I trimmed down the plunger handle like I said, and then you can just loop a camera strap through the hole and wrap it around, or a Wiimote strap works really well also. So I'll assemble the whole thing and show you what it looks like. Alright, so after all of that work, here's the finished Jolt. Here's a better look at the pen portion because, like I said earlier, I didn't get footage of me cutting it after all. So here's a good look at it. You can see from the side. One thing, I definitely recommend not cutting your trigger as far as I did. I would cut it a little bit less so it sticks out more. It just seems to work better that way. I don't know why, but that's one tip. Anyways, so that's the Jolt, and I'm sure this tutorial is really hard to understand because I had a lot of trouble making it, but hopefully you're able to understand what to do from the instructions. But to be honest, guys, I probably won't be doing these tutorials in the future. I really don't enjoy doing them at all. And this one, there was just like tons and tons of complications. I'd rather just kind of talk about guns that I've already modified rather than showing you the modification process. If you guys are lucky though, maybe I'll just film myself when I'm actually modding, not a tutorial, but just kind of a time lapse of me modifying. But I kind of doubt I'll do that as well. So sorry to people who like these tutorials and such, but I just don't want to do them. Okay, so that's about it for today. No firing tests because this video is already way too long. But remember to leave a comment below on what you want me to fire at in my next video, what you want me to plug in my green screen, that is. And thanks for watching, guys.